Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Tuesday, the 17th of October. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning. Hope your day is off to a great start. Coming up, we sit back down with Kristen Watson, who is a licensed therapist and owner of All About Counseling and Wellness Center in Clarksville. Our topic today, communication and intimacy, and how important it is to communicate properly. She shares some tips for us this morning. After that, we are sitting back down with our Tennessee traveler, Tom Adkinson, and he takes us to a wonderful spot, Happy Trails Brewery in Sparta. This is now on my list of places to visit. So he talks about how they have some good hiking in the area, but you can either get started or finish with a nice cold beer from Happy Trails. We'll have their story coming up for you in a few minutes. And then we are revisiting a segment that we did with the general director of the Roxy Theatre in Clarksville. Emily Ruck talks to us about the upcoming productions there on stage. We have that and more coming up.
At Chapels, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapels, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapels locations in Dixon, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
At Old Hickory Credit Union, we're member-owned, not-for-profit, and eager to serve our Robertson County community. Since 1934, we have strived to provide our members with a safe, reliable place to take care of all their financial needs. From checking accounts to loans to mortgages, we're here to help. Credit unions have to constantly adapt to meet the needs of an ever-changing market. However, one constant will always remain, and that is the service we provide to our members. Stop by our Greenbrier branch today.
What separates us from other companies in Tennessee, that's going to be our mission to our customers, is to always improve the quality of life. That's from taking care of your pest to a friendly voice on the phone when you call, to a technician that comes out and he's competent, he's going to solve the problem for you. We're considered a full encompassing service, so we're going to take care of 50 plus different pests, and we'll always have your back.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. I have the pleasure of sitting back down with licensed therapist Kristen Watson. She's the owner of All About Counseling and Wellness Center in Clarksville. First off, Kristen, thanks again for your time.
Thank you for being here.
So we're hitting on a topic today, communication and intimacy, how they're related, why they're so important, and maybe some things that you can do at home maybe to better your communication, to increase maybe intimacy if that's what you'd like. But again, I'm not the expert on that one. So first off, Kristen, how related, how closely related is intimacy with communication?
I would say that intimacy and communication are very closely related. In order for me to feel safe with you to the point of being vulnerable and open and sharing a connection, whether it is an emotional intimacy or a physical intimacy, right? I have to be able to communicate to you and also feel like you're communicating with me. Sharing our feelings, sharing our likes and our dislikes, what we need from one another. I have a lot of young couples that are coming in, and even older couples that are coming in, and they're talking about intimacy issues that they're having in their relationships, whether they're just dating, they're about to get married, or they've been married for a long time. And one of the first questions I ask them is, well, how are we communicating? And the answer I get back is, well, we're not. And so that's always our first place to start, is with our communication with each other.
How do you start that? How do you take the step to be a better communicator?
Well, we first identify how do we communicate with each other, because people communicate in different ways. And so I talk about sometimes the messages that we're trying to put out, we assume everybody is perceiving it the way that we are speaking it or delivering it. And that's not always the case. And so I tell them, if this is a need that I have from you, like I need this from you, I have ownership and responsibility to ensure that I am communicating that to you in a way that you understand specifically what it is that I'm asking of you.
Okay.
Right? So if I'm not taking the time to explain to you what I need from you, I can't be upset with you if you're not meeting that need.
Because you don't know.
Right. So I'm holding you to an expectation you don't know you're being held to. And then I'm being upset because I'm saying you're not hearing me. But you did hear me. You just weren't perceiving the message that I thought I was delivering to you.
Interesting. Now, is it possible to have a good sex life, more or less, and not be great communicators, or vice versa?
I think when we meet people for the first time, and if that's the route that we're going at first, we can burn really hot and heavy and we can have a great sex life, but that's our sex, that's not our intimacy.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. What are some questions that we can put on the table for couples to ask to maybe communicate more, to learn a little more about each other?
So one of the first assignments that I do with couples when they come in and they talk to me about it is I ask them, what are your needs? Right? What do you need? What do you need from your partner? How do you know when your partner is meeting your needs? What does that look like? And what does it look like when your partner doesn't meet your needs? And how have you communicated that with your partner? And that's always step one, and that takes a couple of sessions for some couples because they've never been asked those questions, or they've never stopped to think about, what exactly do I need? What am I asking for? And so then I use that as, if you are unsure of what you need from somebody, how can somebody else know how to meet that need?
I wish we had all the time in the world, because again, topics we could go on this for a pretty long time. So I guess my final question for you, in a relationship, whether it's in the beginning or in the end, how can we be better partners for each other?
Check in with each other, talk, ask the questions, ask clarifying questions. If I hear my partner or think my partner is asking me for something that they need from me, instead of assuming I know, taking the 2 seconds to stop and check in and ask.
Stop and check in and ask. I love that. Anything else, Kristen, before I leave you today?
No, I think we kind of hit that nail on the head.
I would say so. Again, just a little food for thought this morning on communication and intimacy in a relationship. Kristen Watson, thank you so very much. Licensed therapist and owner of All About Counseling and Wellness Center here in Clarksville. Stick with us on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up for you after this commercial break.
Smiles. These are the healthy smiles of real Delta Dental members. Folks with access to the nation's largest network of dentists and low-deductible plans with 100% preventive care coverage, all backed by over 65 years of expertise. Go online or give us a call to learn about affordable individual plans that meet your needs. 1-855-844-0445.
Derryberry's Heat and Air has been proudly serving the Middle Tennessee area for over 35 years. We have been voted Sumner County's best heat and air company for the past 8 years. For outstanding service, call Derryberry's at 615-452-8121.
When it comes to insurance, you want a name you can trust. Wendy Danielle Stack is here to help. With over 7 years of experience, Danielle and her team are here to assist you in finding the right coverage for all of your needs. From auto and home to life and business insurance, we have customized options for everyone. We'll work with you to create a personalized plan that protects everything in your life that matters most. Call today and see for yourself why Danielle Stack is the go-to insurance agent in Clarksville.
I'm Dr. Webb. I'm the owner and operator of Webb Aesthetic Plastic Surgery here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We offer services for both men and women, breast, body, and face for both.
I meet with patients who are ready to schedule surgery. We talk about their pre-op appointments, what to expect before surgery, what to expect during and after surgery.
We graduated medical school and nursing school the same day, and I had things that I believed in and stood by that I wasn't willing to compromise on. So when he came home, we had to discuss that we were on the same page with how we treated patients and staff. We want them to feel like they're part of our family.
Football season is grilling season. The Big Green Egg is the perfect grill for everyone, from the backyard cook to the world's most acclaimed chefs. Stop at Tennessee Ace Hardware today and check out our large selection of Big Green Egg grills. It's the perfect grill for any grilling need.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. We are getting ready to highlight a brewery that is very family friendly. It is in Sparta, Tennessee. To tell us more about it and what you can experience there, we have our Tennessee traveler, Tom Adkinson, to share with us all the information that we need for Happy Trails Brewing Co. there in Sparta. Hey, Tom, thanks for being here.
I'm delighted to be here. It's fun to be with you, and always fun to talk about a brewery.
Heck yes. I was reading some of your article. Again, they have a hef, they have a brown ale. I'm guessing they probably have an IPA on tap. Tell me they have an IPA on tap.
I'm absolutely sure they do.
How was your experience?
The last time I was there, I recall they had about 15 taps.
Okay.
10 of them were from the brewery itself. And then they have others from the region and others from a little bit farther away too. So it's a good beer destination.
What is their story? How did they get going there in Sparta? We were chatting a little bit before we started that it used to be a dry area back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, gosh, almost all of Tennessee was.
Good point.
at least legally dry. But indeed, times have changed. Nice woman named Jessica Upchurch and her husband, Trey, got interested in brewing. They were home brewers, and Jessica decided to get into it seriously. Took a special course through Auburn University and became quite the brewer. And they had to turn themselves twist themselves in knots to some regard when they started talking the idea of having an in-town brewery in Sparta. Mm-hmm. They went to the city, as I recall her saying, and the city said, "What kind of license do we give for that? We've never done that before." So they were breaking new ground in the business world of White County, and to me it's just kind of funny. In an area that was quite teetotaling a long time ago, there's a brewery directly across the street from the county court.
They are definitely paving the way. You mentioned it's family friendly.
Yes, it is a very casual place. Trivia nights and karaoke and other stuff. And out back, there's a porch to sit on and a fire pit and cornhole boards and places for the kids to mill around. It's a very comfortable place. And the Happy Trails part of the name comes from the fact that part of the state is a big hiking area.
Okay.
So consequently, that's their theme. And it's the hiker crowd that comes in and cools off or celebrates an accomplishment. It's a nice, pleasant place in a small Tennessee town.
Please tell me they have the song Happy Trails to You playing at some point.
I will bet they do.
When I read it, that's what started in my head. Happy Trails to You.
You got it. Oh, fun fact, that building was there before the brewery. In the 1940s and 50s, it was an automobile dealership for the old make called Kaiser. And so therefore it has high ceilings and concrete floors, and it's industrial looking, and it sat empty, I understood, for a good while. But reconstituting that space into an entertainment business and a brewery, that's a nice accomplishment.
I would bet. Do they offer food?
There is a related operation called Trailhead Grub, and it's a modest menu, but they can satisfy you.
Oh, I bet they can. Oh my goodness. Is there anything else that we should know about the the Brewing Co. before we get there?
It's just so easy to reach. I mean, I plug in the name of Happy Trails, or you could just say, take me to the courthouse.
Oh, Tom, thank you so much. Gosh, I love all the things that you highlight. What else are you working on right now?
Oh, me. I'm just looking for more places to do before we eventually do get a little bit gray and gloomy as the autumn goes on. I want to find another couple of rivers to float before I decide not to for anymore over the winter. Just always out there exploring.
How often you get recommendations from either just people around town, from friends, family?
Oh, it's a constant back and forth, and I have been told some wonderful places that I've never heard of, and I've also been admonished to say, "Go! Why haven't you been there?" And I said, "Well, I've been meaning to, but." So indeed, I get lots of coaching.
Oh, awesome. Well, Tom, thank you. Keep traveling so we can keep traveling. We appreciate you.
Very much so. Keep traveling out there.
Always appreciate you, Tom. All right. So you guys, Happy Trails Brewing Co. in Sparta, another spot to visit, especially if you like a good brew. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have so much more coming up after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Thomas Drugs, serving our community since the early 1900s. We're a full-service drugstore and soda fountain located in a building on Main Street that is on the National Register of Historic Places. We have a staff of pharmacists with over 70 years of experience, and we are committed to offering the best care and service to our community. We're now offering healthcare testing and treatment with positive results, a one-stop shop. Stop by our pharmacy today or visit our website at thomasdrugs.net.
Here at Rock and Roll Sushi, we're proud to be the original American-style sushi restaurant founded on great food and rock and roll music, boasting concepts and flavors that are big, bold, and loud. We're the only place to experience the rock you love and the rolls you love with the ones you love. Come see for yourself why we're the best sushi experience in town. Find us at 108 Morris Road in Clarksville or visit our website at rockandrollsushi.com.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Many of our local theaters have a number of productions coming up this holiday season. The Roxy Theatre in Clarksville is no different. So this morning, their general director, Emily Ruck, is talking to us about what you can expect on stage and how special the Roxy is and some changes coming in the future. Welcome back. The Roxy Theatre, or what you all know as the Roxy Theatre in downtown Clarksville, started off back in 1913 as the Lillian, which was a movie location for people to go out and see entertainment that way. But then in 1983 became the Roxy. Well, the Roxy now getting ready for their 41st season. Their 41st season of stage presentations. And again, they do such beautiful work. To tell us all about this 41st season, we have the general director with us. We have Emily Ruck. Yes. Emily, thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you for sitting down.
And I have to say, how cool is this? What's happening, what's on stage right now is still Magnolias, and we're on the couch here for what would be Truvy's.
Yes, Truvy's Beauty Spot.
Yes, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So, Emily, first off, how is your new position going? How is this going for you?
I think it, dare I say, going well. Now I feel like I need to knock on wood. Thank God I'm surrounded by it. No, I think it's going well. You know, the season opened up August 3rd. We of course opening with Steel Magnolias. kind of felt like a no-brainer. It's a piece that's near and dear to my heart. I was actually in it when we did it 6 years ago here. And, you know, it's just one of those things that is Southern women, strong Southern women, and everyone loves it. But so, you know, it's gotten a strong start to season 41. So I think that has made my job a little easier, just a little bit. Also having a great staff supporting me 100%. I couldn't do it without them. You know, whether they're talking me off a ledge or helping me unload the car from a trip to Sam's or Lowe's or whatever. But yeah, it's going great, you know, and we're just trucking on ahead.
What can we expect with this 41st season? Because you do have a lot happening. Let me go ahead and mention now, the Roxy has a lot going on, as you know, as soon you'll be kind of vacating the space for work to be done. And we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah. So what can we as attendees expect from you this season?
So we're trying to, and not jumping ahead, but slightly jumping ahead in preparation for the Performing Arts Center that will be built soon. For this season, I wanted to try and gear more towards that. So in the past, you know, the Roxy's done anywhere from 18 to 20 to 14 shows a season, and that's a lot. But with the Performing Arts Center, we'll be the anchor tenants, but we won't be the only ones using it. So we're gonna have to par back on that. So this season, there's only 10 shows. Okay. And 2 of them are actually running at the same time, which allows for outside users and outside events and stuff. But so as far as the 41st season goes, we have Steel Magnolias now, then Rocky Horror is coming back for the 11th annual season, year. In October, then Christmas is Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol, which is a fun play on Christmas Carol from the viewpoint of Tiny Tim, as if he's the one that made everything happen to Scrooge to get his dad the day off. So it's really cute. Then the Vagina Monologues in January.
Which I mean, you have to. If you have not made a trip out here to see the Vagina Monologues, they do a phenomenal job.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the 21st year. So it's huge. And, you know, something... It still kind of shocks me that it's been going for 21 years in Clarksville, but I love it. I've done it numerous times, and we're going to do it on the main stage this year.
And not upstairs.
And then we're going to try and, I say this and then we'll find out it can't be done, but we're going to try and take out some of the red velvet seats to like throw in, you know, a couch or an armchair or a lazy boy to make it more of like a kind of club vibe-esque. Yeah.
So when will you exit the Roxy building to let them get going on the work that needs to be done? And I also want to ask, you know, this holds a lot of history. This for those in this area and for those who have visited, I mean, this has been a center stone for entertainment since '83, and again before that being the Lillian. I know there's been a couple of fires in here, but how do you hold on to that history as you move with the times?
Yeah, so we, as of right now, the current plan, ever-changing, 9 to 5 will be our last show in the space. Okay. And so that closes June 29th of 2024. So the plan at this moment is that then come July, we will be vacating, getting all of our stuff that we hold near and dear to our hearts, even some things we don't, and getting them out of the space and moving over to the customs house. Okay. So we're still figuring out what that looks like because there's a lot in here. But then construction is supposed to begin on the Performing Arts Center. Brad Martin is the architect, and he has done a tremendous job with the sketches for what this is going to look like, and he's very keen on keeping the history and all of the historic elements, you know, the whole front facade.
So the marquee will stay.
The marquee will stay.
That's the big question, I think, for so many, because we love that front facade area.
Yeah, the front will stay, the marquee will stay, the yellow bricks will stay, as much as they can. And then even the front lobby, the terrazzo area, he's going to try and save and refurbish as well to bring it back to its former glory. I mean, it's going to be incredible. I mean, we have about 160 seats in here right now, and it's going to 500. So, and then there'll be a flex space as well on the 3rd floor that has about 160 seats. But it's going to be a huge transformation, for sure.
Oh, we can't wait. We can't wait. You know, I could really sit here with Emily and make this our own 30-minute segment while we have going on. For people who have not yet made it out to the Roxy, and I'm sure it's got to be far and few between, What would you like to share with them about the productions that happen here, the work that goes into getting the shows that you put on? What can you say to them to encourage people to come out? Because you guys, all ages, this is just an incredible spot to visit.
It really is, and it's, to me, even from the first show that I came and saw here, which was Marvelous Wonderettes in 2013, you know, I've been to a lot of theaters. I've seen a lot of shows. I've seen Broadway, I've seen regional, I've seen community, I've seen high school.
And your background, because your background is pretty extensive too when it comes to stage performances.
Yeah, I grew up training to be a dancer, a ballerina, and so I did, you know, ballets growing up. I've done more nutcrackers than I want to count. And then got into theater and went to school for that and worked in New York selling tickets and all of that. So I've seen my fair share of shows, and the things, especially knowing this space, all challenges and beautiful things about it, the things that are able to be accomplished on this stage are mind-blowing, truly. Because, you know, we have lights from, I mean, dare I say the 80s? I don't know, like the bulbs are barely being made anymore because that's how old they are. And, you know, the stage, we don't necessarily have, you know, a curtain that opens and closes and all of that stuff. But the magic that is created on this stage, it's really like once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah. And, you know, I'm very much obviously looking forward to the new space and updated lighting and all of that. But I mean, this is the last time shows will be done like this in this space. So that's something that I think is just, as we, you know, we get busy and bogged down and what's next and everything else, but it's something that I think we're all trying to take a moment and appreciate, because as of now, come end of June, that's it for this space as it is.
Right. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you'd want to share? I figure we've covered kind of the gamut to let you know what's happening here.
Not that I can think of.
Such a treat, such a pleasure. Cannot wait to see just all the productions that we can in the Roxy as it is.
Yes.
And follow you to the Customs House. And then, of course, after that, what is to come? It's going to be beautiful. Thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck this season. The 41st season happening right now at the Roxy Theatre here in downtown Clarksville. Please go ahead and make your way out to see one of those productions. You will not regret it. They have some phenomenal actors and actresses that are here on the stage. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We're not quite done with you yet. We'll be right back.
At Fred's Flooring, we're your source for quality flooring options. Our extensive experience and knowledge in the industry means we have the expertise to get the job done right. From carpet to tile, hardwood to laminate, and luxury vinyl, we have everything you need to find the perfect floor for your home. As the Main Street Award Favorite Floor Store winner for 2023, we know what it takes to satisfy our customers. And with our convenient financing options, you can get your dream floors now and pay over time. Visit fredsfloors.com or call us today.
He shoots, and he scores!
Thanks, as always, for joining us here in Mornings on Main Street. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.